going on, everybody? Man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena, Fox Sports Radio 1070, The Zone, WKII. And, of course, you know my man, Alex Fleming, Florida Sun Review, Fantasy and Flavors. Make sure you check him out Wednesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. As Alex said before we started this whole thing, just when you thought the day was going to be slow, we have been talking, this whole week about NFL Combine stuff and just getting ready for Thursday's draft. And don't forget this Thursday, Sports Arena is going to be live for a Facebook Live reaction. Alex is going to be joining me. Jake, Rongholt, Mike Caratanudo, and a host of others. Hopefully the guys from the Truth Serum, they got their calendars looking a little full, but they said they might be able to join us. But Alex, brother, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, I'm not going to lie, I had a little bit of writer's block. And I was like, man, what am I going to write on today? Because Thursday is right around the corner, and I'd like to think I covered the draft a little bit well.
You did.
And then all of a sudden, poof, a friend of mine sends me a tweet saying that Rob would be interested in coming back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'll write a little something about that. And then within minutes, Rob Gronkowski is now an official Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guys, this is problems for the NFC South. If I'm the NFC South, I got a little bit of animosity right now. Godwin, 1,333 yards. Mike Evans, before he went down, 1,157 yards. Cameron Brate, 311 yards. Ronald Jones totaled 1,033 yards. You add Gronkowski, who had 521 catches, 79 touchdowns, 7,971 yards. That's a total of 15.1 for those who don't like to do math. For an offense, we're going to be so disgustingly nasty, it's not going to be fair.
Okay. However, now you done beefed yourself up. And in terms of his contract, basically, Tampa bought out his contract from New England. They send a fourth rounder along with Gronkowski. A fourth, right?
No. Gronkowski in the seventh.
Right. The Bucs give up a fourth for Gronk in a seventh. I mean, nasty is a word that I still have yet to throw in the mix when it comes to Tampa because we don't know what the defense is going to do. But I will say this. I keep telling people, and eventually y'all going to start listening to me. Everything is falling into place. Everything. Tom Brady playing in Tampa, getting the money that he wanted, getting the weapons that he wanted, and now brings back a familiar friend in Rob Gronkowski. I mean, honestly, the only thing missing is Julian Edelman. And I'm telling you right now, if that should ever come to pass between now and the start of the season, just go on and give him the seventh ring and let's be done with it because ain't no way. And my boy Mike Caratanudo is still, because he was chiming on Facebook earlier today, and he was saying, the Saints are still going to win this division. I'm like, Mike, how can you sit there and say this right now? Gronk, Brady's security blanket, Brady's go-to boy if anything should ever happen. And look at the red zone efficiency between Brady and Gronk. Come on.
If you'll allow me
Please.
to. Check this out.
Okay.
Gronk averaged almost 58 catches a season. Now, between Brate and OJ, they didn't break 800 yards receiving between the both of them. Brate had 300 and OJ was OJ. He tried to say he didn't do it. Well, he didn't show up. Take out OJ and add Gronk, who on his worst day, whenever he was healthy, had more than 800 yards receiving. You have a palpable offense that who are you going to double team? Who are you going to stop? Are you going to give one-on-one coverage to Mike Evans so he can eat you up? Better yet, Godwin gets one-on-one coverage. You're going to have to discipline and have a linebacker out on Gronk, but he's going to be bigger than most of your linebackers, not all, but bigger than most of them. And imagine if they add a running back out of the backfield. It doesn't matter who now, whether we trade for Fournette, whether we get Clyde Edwards-Helaire, whether we get J.K. Dobbins, or we really get Rude and we get A.J. Dillon. This offense was third in the league last year. Take away those turnovers, add Gronkowski and the nice warm weather of Tampa Bay. Eric, bro, to hell with the playoff team. We're going for a Super Bowl.
But that's exact. Thank you. Thank you for making my point. everything is lining up for Tampa and Super Bowl 55 to be the only team in NFL history to host and win a Super Bowl. And listen, I get it. The expectation is being put out there by a lot of people, myself included. And as y'all know, I'm not a Buck fan, but I live here and I just cannot ignore what is going on. There's
Well,
no way.
man, I've been a Buck fan for quite some time, and
Right.
I have to admit I'm excited.
But
You know,
but Alex, look at it. You take the number one quarterback in the league. You bring him into a system that's going to fit him. You build an offensive line that's going to protect him. You give him weapons. You give him familiarity. You get to host the first team ever to host a Super Bowl in their own stadium.
let's not
Tampa.
count before they hatch. They have to put in the work before we give it to them, but that's what it's looking.
I get that. Believe me, I get that. And believe me, there are still unanswered questions that we don't know about, especially when it comes to that run game and especially when it comes to that defense. But as being completely unbiased here, forget the fact that I'm a football guy, forget the fact that I live here. Y'all know, look, hey, support autism. I'm wearing Eagles gear. But what I'm telling you is you cannot ignore this. Anybody who sits there and says that right now the Bucks are not the odds-on favorite, 420 was yesterday because y'all still smoking something. Okay? Come on.
All right,
All
let's
right.
be completely honest. Let's be completely honest.
Sure.
First and foremost, the Saints are still going to be a problem. It's not like
Yes.
they're going to go away. The NFC has been lined up with the extra team now for there to be 7. NFC South could potentially have 3 teams in the playoffs. Now, it's not unprecedented. It's happened before.
Right.
I've written about it. It's happened before. But I believe the Falcons, the Saints, and the Buccaneers are going to be on a collision course. 2 of these teams are going to see each other in the playoffs.
Yes.
And we might just get lucky and get that third matchup between the Saints and the Bucks. And it's going to be monumental. 2020, after we get rid of all this nonsense, is going to be monumental.
I'm ecstatic for this. I never thought Gronk could make me so happy. I don't mean to take a turn for the worse, but I do have to ask you about something because you and I both saw it today on First Take, and we have mixed opinions on it. So I definitely want to get this out there for everybody listening, and thank you everybody. And as always, please stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. Let's get this over and done with so we can get back to normal life as we know it. But that being said, Dallas Cowboys, rumors of them with the number 17 pick picking up another quarterback. And you and I have mixed feelings about it. So do you want to go first? You want me to go first? How you want to do this?
Oh, I'll definitely go first.
Okay.
It's shame. It's a sham. It shows that there's absolutely no loyalty. Who in the hell do you think you are, Jerry Jones? He was a 4th-round pick and was there and saved your franchise when Tony Romo, your unofficial godson or something, went down with an injury. All this man is asking for is to be properly compensated because for the last 4+ years, you've been lowballing him. He made $2 million last year. Let me say that again slowly. He made $2 million last year. How many victories has he given you? 41, I believe. The only guy who had more wins than him is the guy that we just got done talking about, Tom Brady. The offense is used to Dak Prescott. He's got a connection with Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. Blake Jarwin and him are on the same page. And yes, he looks good with Zeke in the backfield, but you don't want to wreck that just having a rookie come in, have everything start over, and save yourself some money because you don't want to pay your franchise quarterback. I want to have a talk with Mike McCarthy whenever I spoke to him at the NFL Combine, and the exact first question I asked him was, is Dak Prescott your franchise quarterback? Because obviously, like most things in life, he lied.
Alex, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. For everybody listening here, I'm going to make sure I play this after this is done. I'm going to play the interview that Alex did with Mike McCarthy at the NFL Combine so y'all can actually hear the response. This is where you and I are different, Alex, because you know what? It's a business. It's exactly what it is. I agree with you in this regard. Dak Prescott is deserving of his money. He is not deserving of $40 million. Let me be very clear about that. He is not deserving of $40 million a year. But to be considered a quarterback at the level of two gentlemen who were also drafted along with him, they went 1 and 2 in Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, both of whom have been to Super Bowls. Jared Goff lost his. Carson was on the bench, and Nick Foles got us our first Super Bowl, but Carson was a part of the team, so he does have one. Dak is not ready. He's not there, okay? The ceiling for Dak, this is where it is right now. He needs to elevate it. I get him being worth, what, 30, 32 million? I'll give him the same contract as Carson, and I can't believe I never thought I'd say that. But the production that he puts out there, week in and week out. Now, granted, he plays in the weakest division. I'll say it. The NFC least is the weakest division. But that should show you that if you are a true competitor and you are a true athlete and you are a quarterback who is driven to greatness, you should be able to elevate yourself, especially with the weapons that you have in Ezekiel Elliott, now in Amari Cooper. You had Cole Beasley. Jason Witten came out of retirement. You still can't get it done. And I think that is the reason why Jerry's on the fence when it comes to, well, do I keep him or do I cut my losses? I look at the records. And I, you know what? I have to give respect to the man because what he is able to do, especially in Dallas. When you are the Dallas quarterback, I think Dak needs to maybe firmly grasp this concept. When you are the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, your name is going to ring echoes, whether you're good or you're bad. And I don't think Dak has fully comprehended that. Now, he's worth more than $2 million. He ain't worth $40 million. Dak, if you get 30, 33 million, take it. That is my advice. Take the money. This ain't like Scottie Pippen getting a raw deal, okay? Like we saw in the documentary. You are going to get the money that is owed to you, but at the same time, the expectation is if we give you this money, you going to get us past the first round of the playoffs. If we give you this money, you going to get us at the very least to the NFC Championship game. I cannot in good conscience sit here and say to you that I am all in on this whole Dak Prescott thing because I feel like from a business perspective, Jerry's a businessman. He's a very smart businessman. He gave Dak, 4 years to get it done. He's seen what other quarterbacks who were drafted along with him have been able to do. Maybe the problem was Jason Garrett. Maybe the problem is Dak. Maybe the problem is Jerry Jones himself. We don't know. But here at the end of the day is the thing that I'm going to tell you. Jerry's the one who signs them checks. And if you ain't giving Jerry what he wants, Jerry going to move on from you.
I think it's all a smokescreen. I don't think they're going to jeopardize the role the franchise currently has with a rookie quarterback just to save some money. But I do agree with you on one thing. The next time they're in trade negotiations and they're talking about contracts, if it's 33 or less, I think it's time for you to sign that contract.
Listen. Because here's my point. If Dak would go out there, okay, let's crystal ball and throw it out there. Let's say Dak gets $32 million a year, same as Carson Wentz. And let's say this next season, it's a full season, okay? Let's say Dak wins the division. And let's say they're ranked third. Let's say they get the number 3 spot because now there's 7 teams, like we said, that could get in. All right, so number 3 spot, you got to play wild card weekend, but you at home. Then, if by some miracle the number 7 seed beats the number 2 seed, then whoever 4, 5, or 6 is, they would have to then play the 3 seed again. So that means you get another home game in divisional weekend. Dak has got to earn that money. Why they give Amari Cooper $20 million, that's a whole conversation for another time. I don't care. I just don't agree with it. Fan, not a fan, love, hate, whatever. I don't agree with Amari Cooper getting $20 million, but I'm talking about Dak here. Dak has got to be the guy to elevate himself, Alex, because that's the only way I think Jerry's going to justify saying, I'm okay with giving you this amount of money. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. Maybe not in the first round, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys get a quarterback this draft coming up on Thursday, this weekend. That's my honest to God gut opinion. I feel like Jerry is ready to maybe start anew, because think about it like this. You now have Mike McCarthy. What if the chemistry between Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott don't mesh well together? He's the only one that hasn't gotten paid yet. You stuck with Zeke Elliott. You stuck with Amari Cooper. You ain't stuck with Dak.
Call me now for your free reading.
Hey, brother, great stuff, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Thursday, 7:30, Sports Arena, Fantasy and Flavors, the whole group, man. We're bringing everybody to the party. Sports Arena, Fantasy Football, NFL Draft, live reaction is going to come to y'all all night long. We got people wanting to be a part of this. I've got to make some calls, man. I got to get some more people lined up for this. People going to be jumping in and out the whole entire night, just giving us our thoughts and opinion. Alex, just remember, when number 14 rolls around, or if the Bucs do decide to trade up, brother, showtime, because we're going to want to hear from you.
I'll be here.
All right, man. Hey, Fantasy and Flavors, make sure you check this man out. He wrote a new article, Florida Sun Review. Did you post the article yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. Let me know when you post this so I can let everybody know. But like I said, after I get done with this, I am going to put out the interview that Alex had with Mike McCarthy at the NFL Combine. Your man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena. Have a great night. Wash your hands. Stay safe. We'll see you guys later.